Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. So we are stretching. We are stretching for nobody knows what, but there is a bit of structure here. Right there, there's my tail. That is the last bit of structure on the weekly before we are looking for these all-time highs. So at the moment, weekly oscillators, they're kind of in overbought territory, but not as bad as what I'm seeing on the other indexes. And if you just come down through the time frames, you can see every time we start getting sellers come in, we tend to come back. So you can see there was a potential reversal, didn't play out. Then we got another potential reversal yesterday. Not sure that's going to play out. So trend is up at the moment. We are going parabolic on the daily. And if you just come down to the 8 hour, you can see very strong uptrend. And we are overbought, well, extremely overbought at the moment. So I am a little bit concerned. So we do have earnings are going pretty well. So that's not an issue. But we do have the Feds coming out today. And the rumor is that there is an interest rate hike coming. So this could be an interesting scenario. So, some people have thought that interest rate hikes were in and that we should need to start preparing for tapering, which would probably only happen towards the end of the year, early next year. But that's kind of what the feeling is in the markets. But now the Fed's coming out and saying, no, that's not the case. I don't like the data. We are looking to continue raising. So now you've got the market just completely confused, even though they've known about it for a few days. But anyway, let's get down to the different levels. So you can see the trend line very much in play. Look at the diversions now. High, higher, high, forming lows, and we've got a crossover the oscillators and they're pointing down. Starting to look like a top, but this trend is strong to the upside. So I would be very reluctant to try and second guess the top here. So it is up until it's not. So as you get through the different time frames, you can see there are gaps to the downside, and we'll get that on the 15-minute that needs to be tested. There is diversions. There was pullback, and now look at the oscillators. Now we have diversions to the downside, indicating a continuation to the upside off the bottom of the trend line. I am extremely reluctant to be jumping in on anything which is as sideways as this at the moment. So there you go. You can see Monday was up, bit of a gap there that's still open, and then we were sideways. We had some really good results come out, and we're still all over the place. Have a look at the oscillators now in the 15-minute. We do have a crossover the moving averages. I would not be surprised to see us rejecting this top here. So 35,487. But again, that's against the bigger trend, so I would be very reluctant to try and call a top here. So for me, it's sit and wait still, wait for the Feds now to see what's happening. Earnings have come out pretty strong. There's nothing really that's standing out on earnings at the moment. So yeah, probably some kind of a pullback is would be appreciated, I think, for a lot of us that like trading with a trend. So a decent, healthy pullback, then some structure, and then allowing us to get in on the bottom of that pullback. So for me, that's kind of my play for the day, is sit quietly and wait to see what happens. I suspect you're going to go sideways here until the Feds come out later on today. But by the time they come out, it's going to be a pretty difficult situation to trade because it's too late in the day. And last thing here, just look at Monday's confusion here around this area that we're in. You can see here, let's put this other level in here, there. So if you look at that little zone there, see the confusion, and it continued through Monday, and then Tuesday we were kind of like break below it, break below it, break below it, then break above it, trigger stop losses, then back below it again. This is a fairly confused zone, so I would expect something 35,487 and 35,488 4, 5, 6, but I think you're going to get a break to the downside, to be honest. Probably just come and tag some of these gaps that we have from Monday, and then we'll see what happens after that. But you know the drill. Even if we do break, trend is still up until it's not. So we need to see a break. We need to see a retest of this and a rejection of this area. That would then trigger a move to the downside. So for me, this is sit on hands. Let's wait for the Feds. Let's see what they've got to say, and we'll take it from there. Hope it helps, and don't forget to drop a thumbs up if it does, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.